Based on a true story, clean living Adam is shocked when he discovers that he has a tumor and must immediately start cancer therapy.
Me?
Yes.
that doesn't make any sense, though.
Adam is given an even chance to beat the disease, and with the help of his best friend Kyle, he begins his battle.
Young people beat cancer all the time. Every celebrity beats cancer.
Along with his friends and family, Adam and Kyle take the journey together on this comedic look at healing in 50/50. Next up is 50/50, based on a true story. Sean and Leah, you've both just seen it. Sean, why don't you start us off?
50/50 is a very solid movie. It deals with a serious subject matter, that of a 27-year-old being diagnosed with cancer, and it gives us very genuine moments. It really builds relationships around its main character and the supporting character that are authentic and realistic, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it most of all.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned all of those really great points about the emotional appeal of this film. It was written by Will Reiser, and as you mentioned, it is apparently inspired by actual events. And I think one of the things that is done most successfully in this film is the way in which the writer is able to create this kind of stifled approach to the way people interact with each other. You know, none of us knows how to handle cancer until we're actually exposed with it, right?
God forbid.
And God forbid, Kineha, right? So people kind of tiptoe around each other, and they're always apologizing, and there's this terminal politeness. And so there's thank you. No, thank you. And then there's don't bother. No, you don't bother. So the audience is sitting back kind of going, you know, you're frustrated for the people on the screen.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing, because that's very similar to what you would imagine people who actually have this experience go through also.
I think it's important to point out, too, that this is not a comedy.
Yes.
It seems to be, in the news media, you know, they're advertising it as such. It's got Seth Rogen, you've got individual scenes where people smoke weed.
They have to smoke weed if Seth Rogen's in it, right?
Well, it seems the way. It's Seth Rogenisms, I guess, that this film has implanted in
that's
it.
a coined term.
But-
you heard it here first.
But it's about a guy who has cancer, and if it's going to approach that subject matter, it can't really, you know, be the 40-year-old virgin. It can't be knocked up. It's got to approach it in a way that's genuine.
Are you saying that this movie isn't funny at all?
No, it has genuinely funny moments in it, individual funny moments, like the moment where Joseph Gordon-Levitt says, "I can't have cancer, I recycle." Yeah. And there are certain moments with Seth Rogen where he's doing a shtick that he normally does. He's supposed to be funny.
He's being Seth Rogen.
And he's being Seth Rogen, and he executes it. But it's not a full-fledged comedy.
The star of it is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. How does he carry this film? Does he or doesn't he?
I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt is one of the highlights here. I think he's been a terrific actor in recent years with Brick and with The Lookout and with 500 Days of Summer, and I think he really delivers here. He's got to do a lot with this role. He's got to balance sort of the lighthearted nature of it and also the very serious factor of him having to deal with the fact that he may very well die, and I think he's terrific in this movie.
Have you ever seen Terms of Endearment?
Adam, just tell her.
Tell me what? I have cancer.
I think that Seth Rogen is really miscast in this film. I mean, he is supposed to bring a certain sense of Seth Rogen, I guess, to the picture. He's supposed to do what he always does, and he delivers it. He does it just fine. But I don't think that it necessarily helps the material. I mean, we're really dealing with serious issues, and they don't ever have Seth Rogen deal with it, really, in this film.
But I think that there's a shorthand that goes along with casting someone like Seth Rogen in this part. That kind of bleeds through continually throughout the film. And he gets to have, in my opinion, one of the best movie moments ever. You know, you have real life moments.
Movie moments
ever?
one of the best. That's a really big statement.
One of the best movie moments of this year and this month.
Okay, we'll give Seth that. Okay, go ahead.
And it's total wish fulfillment, and it involves his character, Kyle, Adam, and Adam's really crappy girlfriend, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. And it involves a BlackBerry phone and a picture, and I'll just leave it at that. But it's just one of those moments where you just kind of go, yes! I want to say that. I want to do that.
So, while it sounds like I already know what you guys are going to vote, go ahead and take your tickets.
Alrighty.
All right.
Despite some misleading advertising that leads people to think that this is a flat-out comedy, this is a movie that is very emotionally satisfying. And so with that, I'm going to say 50/50 gets a see it.
It's called 50-50, but the odds are that everyone will enjoy it. It's funny, it's touching, and it's got some terrific performances. See it.
Well, that's a surprising 2 tickets for 50-50, which is definitely a see it.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.